Hello everyone, today we're just going to be looking at base defense. As people have probably noticed that base defense is extremely hard now with modern units, and basically everyone dies extremely quickly. The main thing is are large groups of enemies, so for example the army groups. We see all of these units, well these are all artillery, and then there's MBT groups. So like combine those together, you're going to die. There's not much you can do about that. However, if people make mistakes, for example, there's ways you can capitalize on it. Or if someone hits you with a small group or tries and kill you by themselves, there's ways to counter it. Even if a whale comes up next to you, you can do quite a lot to stop them. So we're going to go through ways of improving your base defense. The first one is, after I collect these airdrops, anything good, gold is always good, is the research. So if we have a look at, well, the first one you're going to look is basic city defense, and this just basically increases your HP a bit, increases your base firepower a bit. Is it worth it? Well, of course, every tech is worth it, but in the long run, there's just better techs, like better tech trees that gives you more value. However, as we can see, these techs don't cost you city badges. So if you're low on city badges, you can do one of these. So if you finish it on a tech day, you get city badges for free rather than having to spend city badges to get city badges. So this is like a filler tech you can use to accumulate some badges, but the most important combat tech trees are this combat one. So for your specific unit, you can max this tech tree. So for example, I have a tank, so I've maxed this tank one. It'll give me nice, damage resist. It'll give me HP, tank load time reduction, etc. But at the bottom, it'll give you 10% base damage resist and troop, and then 10% troop and base damage. So this 10% base damage resist is not on top of, however, like you've maxed out your potential for your unit and also got 10% base damage resist. So same with every single one. At the bottom there is 10% base damage resist. So here, for example, and infantry. So whatever unit you have, you can get 10% base damage resist for free, while also increasing your troops' potential. So this is highly efficient to do both things. So not only is your unit going to be better inside your base is going to be 10%, take 10% less damage. And the next one is the Modern War. This actually has quite a lot of base defense in it, so let's find it. So it starts off here where you get tank garrison damage. Of course, it's all the same. Artillery, maybe not planes, I don't know what's in anti-aircraft damage. So it works. And as you can see, infantry garrison damage. So they're all the same, just unit specific. It's going to give you more damage in garrison, which is always nice, but as you can see, AA fire, anti-air fire base power, and base firepower, and then we go to base HP, tank HP, whatever, and then I think there's more down here. Where is it? I think it's this. It's down here somewhere. Right, so there's another one with base HP here, and there you go, base damage resist versus tanks, so I'll give you another 10%, and garrison damage versus tanks, and then another 10% here, so the same as the other ones, just damage and damage resist. So highly efficient, right, because we're increasing the strength of our units and also increasing the strength of our base at the same time, rather than the basic defense, which only increases your base, which in reality obviously is not so efficient because it's not a double whammy. It's just increasing the HP of your base, which dies pretty quick anyway. So there we go through the tech. You can increase the efficiency of your units and increase the damage resist of your base. So that's very important to do. Probably one of the most important things to do, because you're likely going to get swarmed, and likely your base isn't going to last that long anyway with these tips. However, the next one is base placement. So as you can see, I'm at the edge of the territory right now, and this is empty. Obviously it's in my safe zone, but this is just an example. Say it wasn't in my safe zone, someone can just pull up alongside me, park their base right next to me, and then attack me for free. So if I'm offline, theoretically I can die extremely quickly with hardly any kills, because what they can do, they can attack me with their tank, pull back, let the artillery shoot me, and then just go back inside the base before it dies. So theoretically I could die for free. Maybe I'll get a couple kills because my unit's shooting them. However, it's not a full out attack, so I'm not going to get hundreds of kills, because they can literally just put the units back in the base, wait until they recover, and repeat. So sort of slow, however it's free, right? So to counter this, all we're going to do is relocate, and we're going to just plant ourselves in the middle of the territory. Oh, if I can move my units too. Now no one can park next to me except from allies in my alliance, and they're going to have to walk all the way over here to start attacking me, and my units are going to shoot them while they're running back to their base, and I'm going to get way more kills. It's just much more safe being in the middle of territory and not on the edge, so people can't take advantage of your poor base placement. The next thing is officers. So officers have actually added quite a lot to base defense, because there are a couple new ones that gives you base damage resist. The first one being Golden Eagle. As you can see, this 4th skill gives you 10% base damage resist. However, you can deploy this unit and give this skill to another one. For example, I have this skill put on, I think it's Fawn. Yep, see, so I haven't maxed it out yet, so I get 7%. But if you max this out, I can get 10% base damage resist. And then, as you can see, he's deployed here in this unit. So that's 20% for me, 14%. But that's 20% base damage resist I get just by maxing one skill. Now, I don't have to max this entire officer to get this. All you need to do is max this one skill, add it to someone else, and then put them both in a unit. Now I do have to train this, and that's a thing I'll come over later. The next officer is, if we go down, we can see the new one, Vox. The actual skill gives you 30% base damage resist. However, this only applies when the skill goes off. Okay, so as you can see again, I've put her in a unit. So I'm gonna, when the skill goes off, I get, was it 20% base damage just when the skill goes off, and that's for 8 seconds. So it's going to last permanently, repeatedly after the first instance the skill goes off, because the next skill would be 8 seconds. So it's another free bonus you get just for leveling one skill. Again, you only need this one skill for it to go off. However, Vox Maxed is actually pretty good, because I was just on the page. If we look at the Awakened bonus, you can see reduces the prep time for garrisoned officer skills by 0.5 seconds, and that applies to everyone. So your skills are going to go off before the enemies. Likely, you're going to kill units before they get their officer skills activated on your base. So you're going to take less damage because you kill their units before they shoot their skills, for example. So very, very, very good. And a good pairing with Vox is actually the Awakened Tip of Spear, because if you can see, also reduces the prep time of their troops' skills by 1.5 seconds. So this skill is going to go off 1.5 seconds before the opponents, so you're going to get 30% base damage resist before the opponents can shoot your base. and unit shots. Obviously, that's going to be 30% less damage from unit shots, 1.5 seconds faster. But if we add in this 0.5 seconds, that's 2 seconds before, and that is actually huge. So you get this base damage resist, and you just get this base damage resist 2 seconds early, which is absolutely insane. However, we can also think that 2 seconds off this officer skills means that every 2 seconds your other officer skills are going to be 0.5 seconds reduced. So in theory, your skills are going to go off way more frequently with this officer pairing, which is very nice. The other officers I've got, as you can see, I've got Steele and Percy, and what they're going to do is, if you can see, Steele's skill increases the firepower of all friendly ground force troops within 2 map grids by 7% for 4 seconds, okay? So then if I have a look at Percy, it's going to give me 8% for 8 seconds. Okay, so I've put these together. So this skill is going to go off 1.5 seconds before other skills, and then give my unit 7% firepower, which increases the following officer skills. Say my helicopter has Valkyrie on, so my Valkyrie is going to have 7% more firepower on their officer skill calculation, so more damage. But then again, I've got Percy, so that's another 8%. Okay, that's 15% firepower I get bonus on the next officer skills at fire, so I think that's a really good combo for now. When I use tip of spear with Vox, I'll have to figure out something else, but I'll let you know. Probably I'll just put Percy on the lead officer, and I'll probably put Bloody Mary in, because we can see that one, it distorts the enemy, making them unable to hit target. Obviously they're going to still hit your base, so it's fine. However, increasing the prep time of their officer skills by 1 second. So again, a nice bonus. Say an enemy unit has a shield, I can stop that shield happening for an extra second, get my officer skills up on them, and they're going to die rather than the shield take the damage. So very nice. That is my plan. So how do I get these skills to actually work? Because obviously you need a unit to let the skills be used on. So what we're going to do is we're going to press train, and when we've got one is relocate. So it comes up, relocate, and now I've only trained one single, here we go, one single tank, and that's going to let the skill go off. And if my base dies, I'm not going to waste like a full units of reserves, because it's literally level 1. It's 5.5 stars and level 1. This is going to die, so I don't want to train the full unit. I just want to get the officer buffs. So the same with the other one. Train this and then relocate when it's trained. And there we go. So now I've got my 2 units with literally just one single troop trained. That's going to use my officer skills for me. They don't have to be good. They just, the sole purpose is there for the skills and increase my base defense, however it might be. So that's 15% firepower here on my maxed unit, so 15% bonus here, and then I'm going to get what, that's 40% base damage resist right here, plus once this is maxed I get 0.5 second reduced cooldown on all of these. The other officers I have that I've just completely skipped over is I've got Thorn Countess, so not that one, it's when it's awakened. When the officer's troop is garrisoned to base, any shield the troop has increased by 15% and can be used by the base. So my base now gets the shield my unit would have. The base also receives 10% less damage from normal attacks, so normal attacks do 10% less damage to me. So I've paired this with Steel Fighter. So obviously, as read before, the shield on that troop can be used by the base. This is another shield that my base can use, increased by 15% as well. As you can see, when garrisoned, reduces damage received by the base from officer skills by 30%. So that's an extra 30% damage resist versus officer skills. And officer skills are the ones that are going to chop your base down the hardest. So very important pair to get, because one, you're going to be shielding these officer skills that go off, and two, obviously 10% less from troops and 30% less from officer skills. Very, very important. So hopefully that can increase your base defense substantially versus small groups, versus 1v1s, for example. And quickly, we're just going to have a look at the buffs. So obviously, using buffs is very good, especially this officer skill casting speed. So even with Vox and tip of the spear, I can further decrease the time that their skills go off by 5%, and that's really huge, because your skills will go off before their enemies. One, you killed their units before they start hitting your base, or at least their officer skills hit your base, which does the most damage. And two, I get that shield faster. So very, very important. The other ones, for example, here is wall damage resist. I don't use buffs, just because I don't like spending gold on buffs. I've got better things to spend gold on buffs, and my base dies pretty quick anyway, because people are organised. However, versus the small groups, they work very, very well. As you can see here, 30% garrison damage for 2 hours. That is very good. 30% wall damage just for 2 hours here for gold. Using buffs helps. I only, however, use the ones I get free from the arena, so the troop firepower, troop HP, and these free ones here. So thank you for watching, and hopefully that helps you.